We at Chair Shot Reality are equal opportunists.
Equal opportunity employers, Justin.
Yes. And so Hulk Hogan, he doesn't exist anymore to WWE, so he's just not going to exist here on the Chair Shot Reality set.
Although we start Hot Topics.
Well,
with
how do we not talk about them? How do we not touch on them Hot Topics?
Very easy. Did you see WrestleMania 3? No. Yeah, you don't see him in WrestleMania 3, 2, 1, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
All right, well, let's get into Hot Topics here.
Hot
Josh
Topics.
Eisenberg, Justin LeBar, here we go. More racist comments coming out, even some homophobic comments from the immortal Hulk Hogan.
Enough is enough. You know, in the words of Owen Hart, enough is enough. It's time for a change. I think they blacklisted Hogan. Well, no pun intended there, but Hulk Hogan being blacklisted from the WWE, yeah, we get it, okay? Let's move on. I've wasted 15 seconds of your time, of my time, when there's better topics to talk about, including who was replaced as the judge, The Miz.
Yeah, and this was terrible. I thought The Miz would be a good option because he's TV savvy, he's reality show savvy, he came from Tough Enough.
She's hot.
Miz, if you're gonna whatever your intentions are, if you're gonna try to save a girl, why are you gonna save a girl who looks exactly like your wife? At least spice it up and pick like a brunette or something. There was no business for Mata to be eliminated. Mata being gone, Patrick being gone, it literally is it's done. No credibility at all here. Layla retiring, so I guess she realized the Diva division too crowded.
Hey, extreme expose all the way up to Lake Cool. She was a co-Divas champion, named somebody else. She had a very successful career. I don't think she ever reached her very highest of heights. Yes, she was champion.
Beautiful accent, though.
Phenomenal accent and great body. I mean, a phenomenal talent, though. You know, we try to talk about the talent of the women. She was actually pretty good in the ring. Surgeries derailed her a little bit, but all the best for Leia. I actually think she could actually do more of an entertainment role. You know how they have the Maria Menounos coming back and doing some backstage stuff every once in a while? Layla has that ability. She has a very great look, and I don't think she's done on WWE TV, maybe just done from inside the ring. Rumors of the WWE Network, Justin. $5 footlong could be the same price as for the WWE Network, $4.99.
I don't know how substantial these rumors are, but if this at all is in serious talks or happens, stop it. Do not do it. $9.99 is more than a bargain for all the content you get, especially the pay-per-views are the #1 draw, and it's better than paying $60 a pop. You already aggravate some people that have been longtime subscribers when you give these free months away. I don't mind that because Netflix, most things try to lure you in with a free first month trial. Tag me a date, the dating website for wrestling fans, that's free for the first month. So, but $9.99 is perfect. Do not go any lower because the lower your price, it lowers the perception of value of the network. How about this? NXT, I was talking about this, 3 days in a row, going to be at the Barclays Center the night before SummerSlam, NXT, SummerSlam Raw. NXT could be the same capacity, Josh, as SummerSlam and Raw. They continue to add seats.
Can't you just hear it on Monday or Tuesday? Man, what was the best show? Oh, all of these NXT guys. You know, the best show of the weekend at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn was NXT. You got to give credit, though. You know, you got something hot, you run with it. You don't do it all the time. You're not overexposing the product. You're not giving it a once-a-month pay-per-view or special on the WWE Network. I'm all for this. Pack more people in there, more money. It's going to make their elevation. They're going to elevate their game even higher, and I think NXT talent deserve this. I do say this, though. If they're not on the show on NXT TakeOver, look for the debut of Enzo and Big Cass at SummerSlam. 4 hours, a lot of good backstage stuff that could come from them.
Bada boom, smartest guy in the room over
How
here.
you doing, SAWFT? But the latest rumors and speculation on, well, he's not here, but Golish's boy Sting said that he might not be in a match at SummerSlam.
Yeah, and I can't say that I would disagree if Sting is not in a match or even on the SummerSlam card. You know he's going to be in New York because he's already advertised to do some of the SummerSlam experience stuff earlier in the week, I think Friday. Maybe if there's really not a spot for him on the show, and you already have the comeback of The Undertaker, so to speak. So if there really is no good spot for Sting on there, if you're just throwing him in there to throw him in there, don't. If he's already in town, maybe as soon as Undertaker has his match Sunday, maybe you have a great thing. You can have Sting on Raw Monday. Utilize and spread your resources out because obviously after what we assume is going to be a great NXT show, what I think SummerSlam is going to turn out well, you want to obviously finish off strong with Monday, and that might be a great time to have Sting and maybe lead to whatever Sting's next feud will be.
Well, I think the best thing for Sting to do is going to potentially have a match at Survivor Series. He debuted in the WWE at Survivor Series. If you want to have him in a match at 32, prep him up. Do what they did with The Rock. Get him a match in November. December, January, February, have him train a little bit more. Obviously, the guy doesn't need much training because you saw what he was able to do with Triple H at an extended age, Justin. SummerSlam, don't need him. Survivor Series could possibly need him.
Well, what if Taker avenges his loss against Brock Lesnar, shows up Monday and says, I have done what I have to do, business has been taken care of, and then boom, there's a Sting tease, Sting Taker, Survivor Series, 25-year anniversary. for The Undertaker. That's going to do it here for Hot Topics. We got plenty more coming up this weekend as we're going to talk about John Cena. Not only, I told you on WrestleZone.com, apparently some surgery on Tuesday, but we're going to talk, was Monday night's performance the best performance of John Cena's career?
No.
We'll do some social media Saturday answering your questions on Twitter, and we'll do an old favorite of reality checks. CSR Originals all weekend. Share Shot Reality on WrestleZone.com. Make sure you're checking out CSRWrestling.com. Blogs every single day. Blake Mitchell-Moore, Shane Shoemaker, and of course, anchored by former creative writer Vince Russo. Eisenberg, LeBar.
Why am I not anchoring the website? Why am I not anchoring the website? Huh? The Josh Eisenberg brand. What's up, Vince? Anyway.
Eisenberg and LeBar, not an anchor, just a good supporting player there. I mean, come on, we know Vince.
Hey, if I can win an Academy Award for a supporting role, I'm okay with that because I'd be one more up than you, lead guy.
WrestleZone.com, the place you want to be for your wrestling news. Thursday morning, I had reported John Cena apparently had some quick emergency surgery Tuesday, not knowing much more other than it was to correct some breathing. We, as assumed after a broken nose Monday, his future in terms of in-ring, at least immediately, is a little bit in question. You want that nose to heal up. That being said, Josh, let's talk about Monday night because that's what we know. We saw a great match. What I want to know from you, was that performance by John Cena Monday night the best of Cena?
It's difficult to talk about the best performance of John Cena because he's had such a long track record, whether it was excellent feuds with Edge, whether it was his epic encounter with The Rock. His greatest in-ring physical performance, I don't know if it was Monday. I'm not going to go that far because I might have a bias because I love Edge so much. I thought that he brought the best real emotion out of a John Cena that we saw in 2006, 2007. But recently, John Cena is on the best path of his career. He's been a guy who has been able to elevate these young guys, albeit they continue to lose to John Cena at the end of the day. But you have guys like Kevin Owens, Cesaro, Seth Rollins. You even had a Neville with a really good match against John Cena. These guys are getting the best out of John Cena, and I think it's because it's not the same Cena versus Kane match, Cena versus Big Show, Cena versus Randy Orton. You're finally getting guys that can carry John Cena in a match, not John Cena carrying them. But no, credit where credit's due. John Cena's doing a great thing right now. He's getting these guys over, but not the greatest performance of his career. It can't be.
I'm going to say it is the greatest performance.
Oh, you would.
I'm going to say
you
this.
Would. Just like you said Kevin Owens should have tapped out.
I'm going to say that that was the greatest performance. Here's why. Obviously, classics against The Rock, classics against Edge. But the fact of the matter is, there was a lot of build up to those, especially with The Rock. I mean, there was a lot of time put in to make sure that was as good as those matches could be. What I look at from this match was this was a case of a main event on Monday Night Raw for the U.S. title. We know Cena's not losing the U.S. title to Seth Rollins, so it's a match that's already, you know what the outcome is going to be, or what the outcome is definitely not going to be. It's just basically a match. I thought maybe it'd be like a 6-7 minute match. I thought it'd start at 10:58. It'd be a quick, heat. Come back from the babyface and then interference, and we go off at 11:05. No, they gave it a 15+ minutes. Then you add in the fact that he breaks his nose in the middle of the match. Obviously, that adds a certain amount of realism with the blood and the pain that he is going through, the visual of it. Punch me in the stomach, punch me in the back, punch me in the head. Getting punched in the nose is one of the pain of a broken nose
Have you had a broken nose?
So aggravating. And the fact that John Cena performed at the level that he did, in a situation where it was such improv. I mean, they could have easily gone home and stopped it. The performance that he had in front of that crowd against Seth Rollins at that level for not a big pay-per-view match, for you can almost say almost a meaningless, just we need to fill this spot in the main event on this 1 of 5 Raws on our way to SummerSlam. To me, we saw the best of John Cena right there, and I will take that performance over 16 finishers at a WrestleMania.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
It's comparing apples and oranges, though, and I think Queen said it best. The show must go on,
Star
and
power wasn't there.
John Cena knows that the show must go on. He wasn't going to stop. He's been there for too long. They had time to fill. He's not going to just stop because he's a broken nose. I mean, yes, it's
but the
devastating.
performance at the level
it's
that he
devastating.
did.
But here's the thing, Justin. It's devastating that you have a broken nose, but it's not like a torn quad where you legitimately cannot get up and continue the match. It could have been painful, yes. Adrenaline
Blurred
kicks in.
vision, breathing. I mean,
Have you ever had a broken nose?
I've been hit the nose.
You've
I
not
haven't had
gotten
like
in
a full
fight
broken.
once. You've not gotten in a fight once, and that girl Colleen down the corner did not count as a fight. Okay, Justin, she scratched her claws. John Cena should be awarded, and people should praise him as ESPN has, Deadspin, every website, everybody's saying how tough he is. congratulations. You were extremely tough at a sport where many people say it's fake. You showed them it's not, but not the best performance of John Cena's career. Maybe the toughest, but not the best.
We'd love to hear what you think. Hashtag WZCSR. You can follow us and tweet to us at CSReality, at Josh Eisenberg4, at Justin LeVar. Speaking of Twitter and hashtag WZCSR Saturday, it's a social media Saturday segment. We asked you. You can ask us anything. We said the floor is open. You can ask us about wrestling, life, or otherwise, and we got a little bit of everything. Josh and I will answer some of your tweets tomorrow.
TagMeADate.com, the first dating website for wrestling fans. Thousands of guys and girls already signed up around the world. Make wrestling night date night.
CSRWrestling.com, new blogs every Wednesday and Saturday from Vince Russo. Josh Eisenberg 4, Justin LeVar. You can see everything right here on CSRWrestling.com on WrestleZone. And make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you missed it last week, we released. Virgil was here, standing right where Josh was. Virgil was reading some mean tweets. You got to check it out.
Yeah.
If you know anything about the legend of Virgil, you got to check that out. It's all on the CSRWrestling.com or the CSR YouTube.
Another legend appeared here at Point Park University Studios for CSR, but now it's time. We've had so many different types. We have mailbox, we've had fired ups, we've had interviews, everything. Social Media Saturday, let's go back to it, Justin. We asked you using the hashtag WZCSR, what do you want to know? Wrestling, love, life, anything you want, and here's some of the best ones that come in. So Are you ready to answer what our deranged and crazy fans have to say? All right, first one is from @JBL's Dragon, who is Ed K on Twitter. He asks us, if Donald Trump and Mark Cuban were the only candidates to run for president, who would you vote for?
Well, I know who you would pick.
Really? Do you, though?
Yes, I do.
I don't know.
You
I don't
have the
know.
Mavericks bed sheets. I would go
course I
Donald.
do.
I would go Donald Trump. I would go Donald Trump because Donald Trump. I wake up every day and I enjoy waking up every day and turning on CNN and Fox News just to see what the hell he said today. Donald Trump. That's what I want to see. Donald Trump. Mark Cuban's too focused on himself. Donald Trump,
himself.
He can
What are
make
you
the world
talking
better.
about?
He
He
can make
jet
the world
set it to
better.
Houston, try to get DeAndre Jordan back to
How
Dallas.
can you not
I'll tell you
have
this.
a WWE Hall of Famer as president? That would be tremendous.
I'll tell you this. I might lean a little bit more towards Donald Trump, even though I'm a diehard Mavericks fan. I might lean a little bit more towards Trump because it seems like Trump can close deals more often, unfortunately, than my man Mark Cuban. He chases. But let's be honest, he had one great idea and cashed billions of dollars. Even though I love you, Mark, still a big fan.
Well, he's also invested. I mean, you watch Shark Tank, right? He's invested in a ton of stuff.
He invested in one thing and got rich, and then he's continuing it because he's loaded. I'd do the same thing. I'd be a billionaire, hang back, and give money to people. You know why?
Don't you get
Because
Cuban
I'm a
invested in-
philanthropist.
Don't you
I'm a
get-
philanthropist.
Why don't you get Cuban invested in
We have a
this?
business manager for that.
Get Cuban invested in CSR.
We have a business manager who's in charge of that. Next.
And he's on vacation.
Yeah, obviously.
Great business.
He's sipping
we're the
mo-
ones,
he's sipping
we're the ones
mojitos.
here working, and the business manager's on vacation.
He's sipping mojitos in Myrtle Beach right now. Okay, I'm done with him.
He's
Get him out of
painting
here.
a mural of Sting on the beach.
He absolutely is. A sand castle, a sand dune, so to say. Go ahead.
I hope he's watching this, too.
He's not. He's
All
on
right, yeah, he's
vacation.
not.
Why would he watch this?
All right, here we go. This is from, I like this, @Sauce McGavin. That's his handle.
like sauce.
Out of the current batch of NXT stars, Owens, Zayn, Baylor, etc., who will win a championship? I'm assuming WWE championship first.
A WWE Championship first KO. I think it's hit or, it has to be
Really?
Kevin Owens. Yeah, first world champion. You're not gonna have Finn Balor come up anytime
We're
relatively
talking about world
soon.
title, not just like a mid-card title.
Yeah,
right?
world title.
Okay.
Kevin Owens. Who do you think? You think it's gonna be Sami Zayn?
Well, no, I mean, I would like to pick Owens, but it's almost like Baylor's one of those guys that I could see him being always more of a Vince guy, and then he gets a run at a world title whenever he gets here.
You know what? I
Whenever
compare.
he gets
Compare him to a Bray Wyatt right now, where his character is not necessarily needed a championship, even though he's the NXT champion. But we're talking about the
I agree.
WWE World Champion. I think
It
he's a
should
guy.
be Owens.
It's going to be Owens.
Yeah,
there's no. It's going to be Kevin Owens. I think that's a question that everybody thinks about. But let's be
Well, they also said
realistic here.
etc. I mean, obviously only 140 characters here. I mean, so there's other people.
Maybe
we
Tyler Breeze becomes
That's
world
what I mean.
champion.
There's everybody's applicable for this.
Tyler Breeze is man pretty, just like
Enzo,
myself.
Big Cass.
It's talking about world champion. Now you're opening the Pandora's box. What are you doing? World
Cass.
champion, tag team champion.
No, Big Cass could have a great singles run when he gets it. I'm saying, who knows?
I like Big
who's
Cass. He's a
first?
7-foot edge.
And you can't teach that.
How you doing? Next question up here is from Sudden Steve, our man Steve Camp, all the way from Iowa, right? Idaho, not Iowa. Who am I talking about? I like potatoes too. Anyway, your favorite sports memorabilia or something you've owned, sports memory that you have.
Sports memory. You know, it's crazy, and Steve Camp actually, we know Steve really well. He was out there, part of our WrestleMania experience this past year. He's got me a great piece of Redskins memorabilia that I do actually have in my.
Where's my Mavericks memorabilia, Steve?
You know, it's weird. I'm not a big collector on things. Like that's not like my deal. I would actually have to say though, because people want me to answer a wrestling one probably. I'd have to say I do have some. I have an Andre the Giant. I have like more than 1,000 action figures that I started collecting when I was younger, like smaller Hasbro ones.
So like 80% of us.
I have a Andre the Giant in the box. It was never opened, mint condition. I have a Bam Bam Bigelow in the box, signed by Bam Bam. Okay. I have LOD, but the names were reversed. It was a manufacturing error. Those things I really, because they go back to like when I was a kid, like little.
This isn't a sports memorabilia, but I think if you've known me at all over the past, you've known me since 2006. Wow, almost 10 years of our relationship together. I don't know how you're pretty much a drunk. You're not sober. Anyway, I collect. My biggest collection, non-sports related, because I don't really collect sports things. Maybe it's like ex-girlfriends. That's the only thing I collect, really. I feel right. Swing and a miss, strikeout, like your boy
Just
Matt
so you
Wieters.
Our director Noelle, who's a girl, is in my ear right now and is like losing her mind.
I know, this is fun. No, but my best sports moment ever is watching Brett Favre for 4 years, going to different games, thinking he's going to retire. This is it, but then I come back. So it's like That's it.
Okay.
Okay.
So, anyways,
just being honest.
Back to our regularly scheduled program, folks. Here's Dennis at Always Showtime, and he asked you specifically. So I guess I don't need to answer this one. He's asked at Josh Eisenberg 4 with the hashtag WZCSR. How do I convince this girl I'm not her child's daddy without going on Maury? We said ask anything, I guess. Since you have so many since you have a collection of women, apparently, I mean, a harem of Eisenberg's.
This is embarrassing.
The eyes of
she's
Eisy.
Still on camera one right now,
because
looking right at me.
Our director is I wish we had a camera like on her.
I would
Joe,
say,
can you swing around and get her?
Two things. I'm not posting this to Facebook, so don't post it to Facebook and include me. But how can he say he's not the baby daddy to this girl? If she's attractive, I'm the baby daddy.
I prefer Wilkos over Maury.
Steve Wilkos?
Yeah, I like that show.
That guy would mess you up, man.
Wilkos is the American dream. He goes from Marine to Chicago Police, Jerry Springer Security. Now he's like #1 on daytime talk shows.
Steve Wilkos?
Well, in that genre, of all the baby daddy stuff.
You're getting there. You're getting the Steve Wilkos going on up top, right? Yeah. Last question.
I have a good set of freaking hair.
I would go on Maury anyway. But last question. This is actually a serious one, a good one that we can end this crazy, odd situation in. What matters most during a main event for pay-per-views, Justin? Star power or match quality?
Star power, if we're talking pay-per-views, because, obviously it goes without saying you want the match to be good and deliver, but if you're talking about a pay-per-view where you're drawing people in to pay, higher ticket prices to be there, people to be on the network and watch it, or if they're a moron and can't budget, they spend $60 for a regular pay-per-view.
What did you
star power, that's what's going to draw you in. As much as the hardcore wrestling fans, the crazy, work rate, I want like 1 million flips or whatever, as much as you appreciate match quality, assumed match quality isn't always what's going to draw in the casual view. It's the star power.
I will say this, that I think it's more often than not star power, but match quality is a main event, I guess, detail that I look for at pay-per-views like Battleground or at pay-per-views that are not WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series. I want to see match quality in main events. You don't necessarily need to see Tyson Kidd versus Cesaro because that's going to be the greatest match quality. There has to be some star power. But you're looking at guys, if they're stars right now, there's a reason why they're stars, because they can put on quality matches. So I'm going to go a little bit of both, but if I had to pick, I'm going to go a little bit more star power, but those mid to second or third range pay-per-views, I'm definitely going to go with some match quality. I like quality over quantity. Is that correct? Would you say that?
This has been a train wreck of a segment. Shout out to John Cena and Amy Schumer.
Great movie.
We got reality checks coming up.
She's a Josh Eisenberg special.
We have reality checks coming up tomorrow.
Just me.
Chair Shot Reality on WrestleZone.com and downtown Pittsburgh at Point Park Studios. I'm Justin Ladar. He is Josh. I take my women seriously. Eisenberg.
That last
get into a
was
class.
train wreck.
Get into a classic here. Reality checks. Josh, here we go. Reality check or not. This is the best state the Divas division has been in 10 years.
This is a reality check, Justin, because I do think this is the best that the Divas division has produced consistently on a weekly basis. Yes, of course, the Divas Revolution is producing some great matches, and I do think, 2 segments of Divas is not a bad thing right now because they're trying to launch this thing off the ground. But aside from that, you're also getting storyline and development and other stories with Divas who may not necessarily be the best wrestlers, but they do have some draw to them. Lana, Summer Rae, as much as that's a strange feud, it's still carrying itself. It might be because people still love Lana and want to see that breakout moment, which I think should be in a tag team match at SummerSlam, but that's a different case for a different day. I do think that this is the best the Divas division has looked probably in 10, 15 years, probably since we've seen Trish Stratus and Lita consistently on a daily basis. Obviously people are going to say AJ Lee when she was champion, but at the same time, she had good matches, but they weren't memorable, groundbreaking moments, and this is a groundbreaking moment for me. Reality check or not, this is the worst state that Bray Wyatt has been in since his main roster debut.
It pains me, but yeah, it's a reality. It pains me. This, obviously we're talking about a 2-year run on the main roster for Bray Wyatt right now. I don't know how you can have a character that has literally his range is when you have a character like this that has that little bit of supernatural, just as the Undertaker had or Mankind, you can literally almost do anything. And I don't understand why things have. I mean, it's just been ever since breaking up the Wyatt family. I don't know why it wasn't broke. I don't know why they tried to fix it. They broke it up. Nothing really worked out well there on purpose or by accident with injury. Now they're at least starting to put the Wyatt family back together.
Is this as worse as his Jericho feud? Because that wasn't really memorable to me.
Yeah, it's been going back to what was the best Wyatt family stuff we've seen? The first 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, the first 4 or 5 months.
And that was when they were feuding with Kane and stuff like that, and you weren't even sure it was Kane.
Yeah, it was just fresh.
It was fresh, and then of course the classic battles with them and the Shield and that feeling. But then after that, it's just been. It feels like missed opportunity.
You're not sure where they go from
It feels
here.
like missed opportunity.
Yeah, it
does. I don't understand.
I've had a lot of missed opportunities in my day. So.
Primetime player, reality checker now. Primetime players, my boys, they're having a successful run as tag team champions.
This is not a reality.
What?
And this is not a reality, not to their harm. I think that they're good champions. I find them entertaining. I watch them and enjoy what they do. But it's not successful because it's not memorable. When they drop the titles, are you going to really remember Primetime Players as having this great tag team title run? No. Some of the best tag team title runs, and you might laugh at this, Kendrick and London. What's that?
Depends on how long
you said right now they're having a successful run. Yeah. Define success to me about this run. What is successful?
They're getting over. They're more over than when they were before they had the titles.
They're more over because
they're putting on good matches.
But they have nobody else. They have nobody else to face off against right now. They're relegated to having.
If the Wyatt family puts back together, I don't know. Again, potential. If you put the trio of the Wyatt family back together.
But at the same time, what I'm saying is they have to face guys like Los Matadores and Lucha Dragons. And aside from the New Day, there's no other tag team for them to be successful with. I want to see them be successful. I think they have an opportunity to, but it's not successful right now because I am not seeing Primetime Players consistently spotlighted every single week. I'm not looking at these guys and say that's the best tag team in the world. Unfortunately, I don't see it for them right now, but time could tell. Something could change. I just don't know if it's going to change.
Does it hurt them? Because I know what your answer is. You're more entertained by Enzo and Big Cass. Does it hurt them that WWE's developmental tag teams are more entertaining probably to a portion of the audience than the tag team?
I don't think it hurts them in that aspect that they have young guys kind of biting at their ankles to get up to the main roster because I don't think that the NXT tag teams are still ready to go. I don't think they're polished enough to be on the main roster. Enzo and Big Cass, they're fun, but are they really great wrestling tag team? Not really. Their shtick is great, but that's pretty much all they have. It doesn't hurt them that these young guys are biting to get up to the main roster. It hurts them that the main roster talent that they work with is not the best. Mm-hmm. Nope. Would you agree with that? Yeah. We're gonna make you agree with it anyway. And last reality check here for the weekend, the booking of Rusev with emotions and feelings, and I love this one and I love that one. Sounds like me. Is this a good thing for Rusev?
Yeah, and he's going after blonde, so that is you.
Yeah,
I will say this. I'm not surprised, but this is a reality. It is a good thing. I'm going to tell you why. Here's why it is a good thing. He spent a solid year as that untouchable heel, did not lose. He was just that. It was just full steam ahead. I'm okay with seeing this. Obviously, this could have started off a lot hotter, but then, of course he got injured. Right when people were really at a fever pitch for he and Lana to split and Lana to break away and do her own thing. Unfortunately, he got hurt, so that affected it. But now they're trying to get momentum back. They're featuring every week. They're going to build obviously to a match probably with Rusev and Ziggler at SummerSlam. I'm okay with this because right now you have Kevin Owens who you just pushed as the same kind of guy who was going beating John Cena and a real dominant heel
and tapping out to John Cena.
but you had him going for a few months. You have Brock Lesnar in the fold, and he's obviously as dominant a force you get. So you don't want to have too many untouchable heels, but that's just not going to work. I like building the depths and different layers of Rusev's character. He can always again be a monster. He still is. I don't think it's not like he's been wussified. It's not like he's just, we're seeing depth and emotion, and I like this, and it's also, I think, more important for Lana. We're getting a lift off for Lana and for her singles career as a diva and whatever she does in the long-term future. So I'm okay with this. It's different. Rusev's still dangerous. He's a brutal beat up on
he's still
with the
dangerous.
crush.
They're giving him a little emotion, a little feeling, a little backstory, really, to make him humanized.
Yeah.
Even though when he's in the ring, he's much more of a machine. Like me on this set, you're the human.
You
miss Ghoulish, don't you?
Ghoulish and Brittany.
Ghoulish
and Britt will be back next week. Thank God. Chair Shot Reality.
Point Park University.